start over. It was our second day of daycare. I dropped him off at the sitters, and probably not more than an hour later, and we got called and said, we're taking your son to the hospital. And of course they didn't, they couldn't tell us anything. But when we got there, I guess the question I did ask when I was in the police car being transported there, I said, is he alive? And they could tell me yes. And so I guess what had happened is our daycare provider had put him down for his nap, and kind of the statistics are you want to be alone on your back in a crib. And that's exactly what Maxton was. He was in a pack and play on his own, on his back. And she just said she had this feeling, and she went in and checked on him, and he was blue. And so the paramedics, I guess the firefighters got there first, and then the paramedics were able to revive him. And so when they got to the hospital, he was not breathing on his own, but he had a heartbeat. And so our situation was a little bit different in that we still got to see him, sort of. He was on life support for 9 days, but he didn't have any brain activity. And so then he passed away on the 9th day. We made the decision that, and that's something, we didn't tell a lot of people about, because I think some people would have thought, leave him on life support, but the only brain activity that he had were seizures. He didn't do any of the normal things. He didn't have the pupil response. He didn't show any reception to pain. He didn't have any of that. He couldn't eat by himself. He didn't have a gag reflex, anything like that. And so I think it was really hard for us. And that is not an easy decision that any parent should ever have to make. But as parents, we knew that wasn't Max. Max was, he was, he never smiled, but he was a happy baby. He was always sticking out his tongue and wanting to eat, and seeing him lay there like that just wasn't Max.
We were mad. We wanted a reason, or like a why, and that's nothing. It's completely inconclusive. It's basically they don't know that it's anything else. That's they assume. It's just hard to hear.
I know they say a lot of times that this can break marriages apart, but in all honesty, I think that Max has made us nothing but stronger. We really had to be in tune with when Kevin was having a bad day. I knew it was just a bad day. It wasn't because of me. It was because our son had died. And I think the same with Kevin.
Mm-hmm.
I still, I don't know, I get random flashbacks, or, just thoughts, or I just have really bad days still, and Kevin kind of rescues me, just kind of says, we're gonna be okay,